Padres are flying high and the brooms are out as they go for the sweep of the Rockies in Denver. Hey, last night was a lot of fun. No cycle, but the Padres had a ninth inning come-from-behind rally, and then Craig Kimbrell shut the door, his 33rd save of the season, as the Padres have taken two in a row here at Coors Field in Denver. Welcome to Coors Field with Mark Grant. I'm Jesse Agler. Hey, this has been a lot of fun the last couple of days, and not just here. Good little stretch for the Padres right now.
Yeah, the end of the homestand, and then here in Colorado, hopefully sweep these Rockies, but the last 5 games, it's been all Padres, and they've been playing good baseball. When you look at the record 4-1, you can't argue with that. But look at the runs per game. Any pitching staff, starters and relievers, they're going to like that. Smile ear to ear. Now, the starters' ERA, hey, over 5, not really that good. But, hey, the bullpen is picking that up. And when you pitch here in Colorado, you better have your bullpen guys ready. And hoping for the Padres, they get it to Craig Kimbrell again today. If, in fact, he gets to that, it's a safe situation to win the game for the sweep. So the bullpen is very, very key, and they've been pitching lights out lately.
Yeah, you mentioned the relief corps, and if you were writing this series as a book, you might entitle it A Tale of Two Bullpens, because for the Padres and the Rockies, very different results.
The one thing that I noticed against the Padres, when they're hitting, the Rocky bullpen, they are swinging early and they're crushing mistakes. We talked about this the other day, Jesse, when early in the year, balls were fouled back, swung on and missed. But when you guys got like Sean Kelly, Kevin Quackenbush pitching well here at Coors Field, San Diego and Colorado, the jury is out. San Diego is the winner. Opponents average only 267. The strikeouts, those are cool, but no walks. I'm always a big firm believer in this ballpark particularly. When the Padres bullpen does not walk anybody, you make good quality pitches like we've seen. That's why you see those good numbers, and they keep it up because you know what? This game of baseball, complete game out of the window, you got to rely on that bullpen.
Yep, and it's been great for the Padres here. As you saw, the Rockies have struggled. That's been a theme for them all season long. When we come back, we'll get you updated on what took place last night in the dugout. Yonder Alonso hitting the side of the head with that helmet. We'll check in on Yonder when we come back. Weekend series between the Padres and the Rockies. And for more, here's Allie Sturm.
Yes, we're getting ready for our third game, and like any game in last night's victory, there was a couple mistakes made, but one of which with Justin Upton and Yonder Alonso thankfully didn't have any lasting effects. Yonder Alonso was checked out by the training staff and everything was cleared. He does not have any concussion symptoms, and Justin Upton took full ownership of the incident, and here's what he had to say.
We're out there competing, and that's a big point in the game, and I made a big mistake, and I was pretty upset about it, and try not to hit the pole, and the helmet flew out of my hand. So, it's childish, man. I got to do better than that, and try not to make that mistake again.
I don't know. I was just watching the game, and I felt like something just hit me right across the head. But it's part of the game. Guys get upset or whatever that may be, but I'm fine. Luckily, everything checked out well, and I can move on.
Where did it catch you? On the side?
Yeah, you can see it pretty bad right now. It's right in the forehead.
Justin obviously talked to us, and he said he felt terrible. He's called it childish. Did he come up to you pretty right away?
We discussed that. Those are things that he said what he felt about it, and that's all there is to it. I don't think you guys need to know what was said, and we talked about it, and it's all good.
It's good to see that the guys patch things up, but just so you know, it's interesting. A little bit later, I was looking in the Rocks dugout, and a helmet was thrown there in frustration as well. Although it's not okay, it does show you how it's part of the game.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Good to hear everything checked out medically with Yonder Alonso. When we come back, we'll get this one started. Lineups and first pitch from Coors Field in Denver coming up right after this on Fox Sports San Diego. SeaWorld, discover the wonder of the sea. And by RCP Block and Brick. Start your outdoor project at rcpblock.com. Well, Friday night, we saw a cycle. Saturday night, a big come from behind. In the ninth, what will we see on this warm Sunday afternoon at Coors Field? That is Yonder Alonso.
That's what I love about this game. The helmet incident, Yonder Alonso being protected, and Justin Upton sharing love with everybody. Oh, that's what I love about this game. That's funny.
not in the starting lineup tonight, but he'll be okay.
Yeah.
No matter what comes his way in the dugout this afternoon, he is well protected. Looks like he's got Derek Norris's gear on as Norris starts for Alonso at first base. Padres starting lineup this afternoon is brought to you by Toyota. Hey, long time no see. Corey Spangenberg making his first start since June 27th. He'll lead off and play third base. Just mentioned Norris is at first. Matt Kemp, Justin Upton, Jed Jerko in the middle. Clint Barnes, second start of the series at shortstop. Austin Hedges behind the plate. And for the third consecutive time this weekend, Melvin Upton will get the start in center. Ian Kennedy out on the mound against the left-hander, Chris Russin.
And the 28-year-old Chris Russin throws the fastball, changeup, slider, curveball, and he's not that overpowering. He'll cut the fastball, but he is a strike thrower. So with that said, the Padre hitters have been crushing mistakes over the plate. If Russin throws it over the plate, let's see if they get some good hacks this afternoon.
Russin 3-5, a 4.43 ERA as Spangenberg steps in. Seen Corey pinch hit last couple of days after getting called off the disabled list. Was hurt back at the end of June in the game against the Diamondbacks. Nick Ahmed of the Arizona Diamondbacks going in hard at second base with a takeout slide. Spangenberg a bone bruise, and back in the starting lineup today for the first time since then. CB Buckner will be calling balls and strikes. Dan Iasonia takes over as the crew chief with Dale Scott out today. Lance Barrett and the fill-in umpire at third, John Tumpane. Spangy goes down and grounds that one back to Russin. Southpaw fires to first, one away. Here in the top of the first inning, Colorado's defense brought to you by Renovation Realty. McBride in left, that's a change. His first start of the series. Blackman and Gonzalez in center and right with Arenado Reyes, LeMahieu Paulson around the infield, and Michael McHenry getting the start over Nick Hundley this afternoon behind the dish.
Fourth most errors in the National League for these Colorado Rockies. And if you get some free outs, Padres have to take advantage of that as well. They had one error last night, the Rockies.
Derek Norris got things going in the bottom of the ninth, in the top of the ninth last night. A leadoff double as the Padres would go on to score 3 times in the ninth and come from behind to beat the Rockies as we look at our Arco top tier profile. And as a first baseman this year, 7 games for Derek Norris, great numbers. I asked you the other night, coincidence or correlation, the good numbers at first?
I say correlation because Derek Norris is going to be as intense at first base as he's behind the plate, but not as much on his plate. It's almost like an appetizer over at first base. Behind the plate, 7-course meal. Over at first base, kind of noshing a little bit.
Squibs that one to second. LeMahieu throws him out, 2 away. As we take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
You know how much I love the keys to the game.
It's your favorite part of the entire game.
The keys to the sweep. Get to the Rockies bullpen early.
Makes sense.
They stink, quite frankly. And no extra outs for the Rockies. Clean, crisp, defensive game for the San Diego Padres.
I like that, clean and crisp at Coors Field. Matt Kemp with 2 outs and nobody aboard. He followed the cycle up last night by extending his hitting streak to 8 games. Drove in a run in the first inning again. And he is all kinds of hot right now. Been fun to watch Matt Kemp swing the bat. And he takes ball 1 from Russin.
Just to button up that first key, the Rockies bullpen, a 4.83 ERA, the worst in the National League.
Double the Cardinals bullpen ERA. Literally double. Russin winds and Kemp grounds that one foul.
In fact, the worst in all of Major League Baseball. The Rockies bullpen.
It's always going to be tough to pitch here. They had Adam Ottavino lined up to be the closer this season.
Hurt.
When Tommy John surgery back in May. But everybody else, and they got some high-priced guys out there. Just unable, especially in this series, to do their job. Kemp, 13 homers, 68 RBIs. Playing just about each and every day for the Padres this season. And now 3-1.
Russin's not going to throw that hard as we take a look at Justin Upton on deck. He's going to average about 90, 88 to 92 on his fastball. He'll try to cut it into the righties.
And he gets the call from CB Buckner. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Matt Kemp here in the top of the first. You talk about that Colorado bullpen, and they would love for this guy to go deep into the game, not just to avoid having to use the bullpen, but usage-wise, 4 relievers each of the first 2 games of this series that Walt Weiss has had to use. Part of that yesterday, of course, the strict pitch count for the rookie John Gray. 3-2, and Kemp goes to right. Gonzalez going over towards the corner, and he slides down in fair territory to make the catch and end the inning. Matt Kemp hit that one pretty well, but Gonzalez tracks it down, and a 1-2-3 top of the first for Chris Russin. Cargo with a sliding catch. Fun night last night as the Pods took the second game of this series. They have now won 7 in a row against the Rockies in 9 of the 11 games between the two teams this season. Rockies lineup brought to you by Hyundai, Blackman, Reyes, Gonzalez, Arenado, Paulson, LeMahieu, with McHenry and McBride the changes at 7 and 8. Chris Russin can swing the bat a little bit. Pitcher bats 9th against Ian Kennedy.
Ian Kennedy, scouting report brought to you by Anderson Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Keep the ball in the yard. The home run's an issue. Strikes early, expand late. But are the home runs really an issue?
Yeah, it's an interesting thing, right? He's allowed at least 1 home run in 11 consecutive starts, but in
What's
those
his
11
ERA?
starts, 2.76.
Doesn't really let it hurt him that badly.
Yeah, I'm sure if you asked Ian Kennedy, he'd love to give up fewer homers. Who wouldn't as a pitcher? But I'll take the 2.76 ERA.
And as I mentioned earlier in our pregame show, let's keep an eye on the changeup and the curveball today out of the hand of Ian Kennedy. A lot of pitchers will stay away from that big looping breaking ball. Maybe he gets the feel today and throws a good number 2.
How long will it take him to figure it out?
How about this pitch right here? Here comes a curveball for you.
Nice one. Ball and 2 strikes to Charlie Blackman.
Right on the outside corner. I think that answers your question.
Been a good weapon for Ian Kennedy in particular the last couple of years.
Fastball away up. This is another thing I wanted to focus on. .93 on the heater. That's a good sign.
Blackman 18 at-bats against Kennedy in his career, 8 of which have ended in a strikeout. And Ian ahead of him here, 1 and 2.
Staying away, going up the ladder.
Left side, and Spangenberg watches it. Finds its way into the seats. Blackman last night, 3 for 4 with a double and a run scored.
Sweet shorts, dude.
Gonna be hot.
Shaka.
Everybody okay. Another foul ball.
Wasn't it the last start, Ian, at home? We talked about the foul balls.
Right off the bat.
There was an abundance.
Threw a lot of pitches against the Reds on Monday. He got the win. Allowed just the 1 run on 2 hits in 5 innings, but 6 walks and a ton of pitches. And certainly the foul balls were a big part of that. This one is a fair ball. And on the infield, Jerko makes the catch, 1 away. There it is, 1 home run in 11 consecutive starts, but as we said, a 2.76 ERA in those 11 starts.
Hey, 20% of the fly balls allowed have been home runs.
That's fluky. That's what that is.
Yeah, it's fluky. It's just can be deceiving. Miss percentage with runners in scoring position.
Jose Reyes hammers that one foul down the right field line.
5th highest in Major League Baseball, and that's a good sign for Ian Kennedy. Miss percentage. You throw a pitch, they swing and miss.
That's kind of the point.
That's how you rack up the miss percentage of pitches swung on and missed.
Well said.
As opposed to fouled and put in play.
See Reyes' numbers with the Rockies in 15 games. Obviously played first part of the season with Toronto, 69 games with the Jays. Something interesting for Reyes, who was thrown out trying to steal last night by Derek Norris. 69 games with the Blue Jays, 16 for 18 trying to steal bases, right? With the Rockies in 15 games, just 3 for 7. Pops this one back behind the plate. You think that's being back in the National League and maybe you don't have the pitchers figured out as much as you did in the American League, or
Could
what?
be. I think the pitchers have a different look to it. Could be the different types of pitchers he's running against. You have to take a look at the catchers that are catching and throwing him out.
Switch hitter batting left-handed against Kennedy, and the 1-2 is swung on and missed. First strikeout of the afternoon for Kennedy as Hedges applies the tag, and 2 away here in the bottom of the first. Padres defense is brought to you by San Diego County Ford Dealers. See Spangy over at third. The Uptons and Kemp in the outfield for the 3rd consecutive game. Norris at first base. Second start there in this series with Austin Hedges behind the plate. Carlos Gonzalez, 2 outs and nobody aboard. Got off to that terribly slow start. Through May 12th, he was hitting just 188. Since then, about 300. First pitch swinging into center field. Melvin Upton comes in, and with the shades down, makes the catch. A 1-2-3 first for Ian Kennedy. No score. Rockies, let's check in with Allie Stern.
Thank you, Jesse. We have certainly seen the dominance of our bullpen in the last 5 games, especially with Kevin Quackenbush's 2-inning display yesterday. I was able to talk to Pat Murphy about it, and he said that Quackenbush was truly the unsung hero of last night's game and how vital it is for these guys to be able to not only perform offensively in a rally, but for the bullpen to continue to perform in those tough situations. And on the other hand, we can see what happens when a bullpen doesn't have the dominance.
Yeah, that's it. Tale of two bullpens, no doubt, this weekend. Padres been very good. The Rockies been miserable as Justin Upton fouls the first pitch of the second inning back.
If I could just elaborate on that. When you come to Coors Field, you cannot change your mindset. You have to, and it sounds so simple, it's so cliche, but you have to trust your stuff. You start nitpicking, and then you throw a fat pitch, you work hitters counts, you're going to be backing up third with the best of them all the time. The next thing you know, it's going to be a crooked number.
Upton hits that one well to right. Gonzalez coming over, but it's a foul ball and into the seats.
When you look at Sean Kelly recently, you look at Kevin Quackenbush recently, they're coming out here and they're saying, you know what? Heck with it. I'm going right after these guys.
Yeah, Ali mentioned the 2 innings for Quack last night and rewarded after the Padres came from behind in the 9th with his second win of the season. Justin Upton 2 for 5 last night. He extends the hitting streak to 8 games. Singled and scored in the 6th inning. And he takes that one just inside, ball 1. Russin, 28 years old, making his 14th start of the season this afternoon. Came over to the Rockies late last season. Waiver claim from the Cubs. Pitched a little bit out of the bullpen for
he quick
Chicago
pitched
last
him.
year.
Did you see that?
And he flies it into center. 1 away.
He did the old quick pitch.
He's done it a couple times. He barely comes set. Yeah, we saw it in the first inning as well. With nobody on base. No balk to worry about. But yeah, we've seen it a couple times where he looks like he's coming set with the hand in the glove and he just goes for it.
Trying to disrupt the timing of the hitter. I love it, quite frankly. Watch how quick he is. He doesn't go the full windup. Okay, he's getting on the rubber there, getting set. Upton's getting set in. He's getting the sign. Watch him go right to his glove. Pivot and throw.
Jerko takes inside, ball 1.
I like it.
Hey, little things. Try and help yourself out. Obviously a tough place to pitch.
Goes from the third base side of that pitching rubber to get that angle in to the right-handed hitter.
On the ground, LeMahieu at second. Takes care of Jed. A couple of quick outs for Russell. If you're getting ground balls, and he has so far, for the 5 outs. Excuse me, 3 of the 5 outs have been on the ground. It'll be good for him in this ballpark. We've been talking about it all weekend. You like guys that can sink the fastball.
Mm-hmm. Sink, cut. If you don't throw 98, if you're around 90-ish as a left-hander, it's always a good pitch, I think, the cutter into the righties.
Second start of the series for Clint Barmes. And he takes strike 1. Russin coming in at 91 miles per hour. Quickly ahead of him, 0-2. Barmes came in to play defense in the 9th last night. And he tops that one foul. Easy grab by Justin Upton. See Russin spinning the ball behind the leg and another quick pitch offering. And this is with the breaking ball down and away. Some guys, right? They'll change the grip in the glove.
Sure.
Sometimes behind the leg.
Russin keeps the ball in his hand, bare hand, you're right, and then adjust accordingly in the glove.
In the air, shallow left field. Reyes is going back. McBride is coming in, and the shortstop, Jose Reyes, makes the catch. 2 straight, 1, 2, 3 innings for Russin. 2008. Padres put up 16 here at Coors Field and tied the franchise record for most runs in a game. Jody Garrett, 3 RBIs. Brian Giles knocked in 4. Luke Carlin, the catcher, 4 RBIs. Gotta love run support. Love run support. A little hidden gem for a pitcher. Nolan Arenado providing plenty of run support this season for the Rocky Hurlers. 280, 29 homers, 86 RBI. He is 5 for 8 in this series. Drove in a couple last night, had a 2-run homer on Friday, and he grounds this one foul outside of third. A couple of years ago, you talk about Nolan Arenado, you talk about the glove and the defense. Now, you've got the offensive component coming together.
Yeah, the whole package. And, we talk about faces of the organization. Tulowitzki, Carlos Gonzalez, Todd Helton. This kid here, Arenado, with the prime position of being a third baseman and what he can do both with the wood and the leather. I think he's your guy, Jesse.
Yeah, he's it moving forward.
Yeah.
For the foreseeable future. Kennedy ahead of him, 0-2. Ian worked a nice quick first inning. And for the second time this weekend, Arenado's got to get a little bit out of the way of a pitch high and tight. Got him.
Nice.
Brought Arenado to his knees with the changeup.
Oh, the cambio.
The Vulcan change from Ian Kennedy.
Yeah, we'll get a shot of that at some point during the game. He sets up with the Vulcan change, throws it, stays. Here's the key. Staying on top of it, throwing just like your fastball. It kind of gets that tumbling effect. It's virtually impossible to throw a fastball very, very hard, a changeup hard when you hold it like Ian Kennedy does. Live long and prosper.
Ben Paulson takes outside. We call it that because
he puts it in between his middle finger and his ring finger on his right hand. I'm blowing up my tendons on my fingers just doing it. I mean, it's uncomfortable for me.
He's made it work nicely, and he drops in a strike to Ben Paulson, 1-1.
Watch how he sets it up right here before he goes in his glove. It's really, oh man.
Whatever works for you. Another foul ball, 1-2. 19 pitches for Ian Kennedy, 9 foul balls.
There's the changeup grip, the Vulcan grip.
Struck out Arenado with the change. Now the 1-2 to Paulson. And the fastball misses up and away. 2-2.
Did you notice on the changeup grip how it's the four-seam grip? Because out of the hand, it gives the illusion like it's a four-seam fastball.
Same action.
So that's another key, because you see a different spin on a baseball when you throw a two-seamer as opposed to a four-seam grip.
Got him. Curveball that time from Kennedy. A couple of strikeouts here in the second. 2 away.
Strikeouts via the cambio for Arenado, and now the curveball to Paulson. Get up on top of it, down and in. That's exactly where you want it, near the back foot.
Certainly does look to have an early feel for the curve here this afternoon. A couple of Ks, and now DJ LeMahieu. .320 average on the season for the Colorado second baseman. That's 5th in the National League, and he takes strike 1.
Let's check inside the glove there of Ian Kennedy. He's got. Did you see how he switched from the Vulcan grip to the spike curveball grip, and then the strikeout?
And he always goes in with the changeup grip, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then he goes with the wide fan of the glove, so he doesn't move his glove when he's changing his grip. There it is, the Vulcan grip, change up. Okay, adjust accordingly. Here comes the fastball.
And LeMahieu chases it. So he goes into the glove with the changeup grip because it would be hard to go to that grip if he didn't start there.
Right.
And then he makes his adjustment. Great success against the Rockies in his career, both here and elsewhere. as a Padre, 3-1 in 5 starts against Colorado with a 2.61 ERA.
Stayed with the changeup on that one. Didn't have to adjust.
All the intricacies of being a big league pitcher. There it is. Let's see what he chooses on 1 and 2.
Good fastball in. Or was that another changeup at 85? I stand corrected. 85 changeup.
That's the whole point. Looks like a fastball.
Yes, it fooled me. I mean, I'm not exact. I know it's hard for people to realize, but you know, I'm not really exactly a rocket scientist. But
I thought you were a neurosurgeon.
Here comes the. Is it a fastball grip?
It is, and outside 2-2.
See how still his glove stays because he fans his glove open. See how his glove is open? It's fanned to where he makes the adjustment. See how still the glove is?
So he might have been changing his grip.
Right.
He might not have been. LeMahieu's got no idea. Yeah, be real careful there because it becomes obvious what you are or are not doing inside the glove.
Right.
You can tip a pitch.
Some pitchers will move their glove all the time. Remember Ryan Dempster?
Sure. Twist it around.
Twisted around, yeah.
8th pitch of the at-bat coming between Kennedy and LeMahieu. Good battle, and the 2-2 from Ian is tipped into Hedges' mitt. It's a fastball, and Kennedy strikes out the side here in the 2nd inning. He started off Nolan Arenado, and he finished him with a changeup. That was 1 out. Ben Paulson couldn't touch the curve, and the fastball got by LeMahieu.
It's happening soon, Jesse. College football returns to Fox and Fox Sports 1 beginning Thursday, September 3rd, when former Michigan quarterback Jim Harbaugh makes his debut as head coach of his alma mater. He leads his Wolverines against the Utah Utes, and the only place you can see it is on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
The pleated khakis make their triumphant return to Ann Arbor.
Love khakis.
I know you do. Austin Hedges to be followed by Melvin Upton Jr. and Ian Kennedy here in the top of the 3rd. Couple of clean innings from Ian Kennedy and Chris Russin. And the lefty delivers strike 1 to Hedges. Austin started the first game of the series, came into catch last night after that Alonso injury.
Who's your college football team, Jesse?
My alma mater.
Which is?
The University of Miami. Hurricanes. Yeah. What about you? You're not a big college football fan, I know.
I like college football, but I root for my Fighting Illini. I have to be loyal to my state.
Oh, come on. That's not nice.
The Seminoles.
I feel set up. Hedges on the ground to Arenado, who backhands it, shows off the arm, and throws him out. One away. Third straight start for Melvin Upton in center field. Played a big part in that ninth inning rally last night. Hit the little topper out in front of the plate that Nick Hundley threw away. Came around to score one of the 3 Padre runs. How fun was that?
Very fun. Very much fun. A lot of fun.
All the fun.
Fun.
F-U-N-N. Melvin hits that one well, and it gets under Reyes and into left field for a base hit. Boy, Jose Reyes looked like he was going to have time to field that one. I don't know that he got the glove all the way down. And Upton shoots it into left field. First hit and first base runner for the Padres.
Melvin hit the ball hard yesterday in the second inning, his first at-bat with that double. He singled in the fourth in the first game of the series, and that ball hit sharply. Let's check it out of the hand. Looks like a two-seamer. Gets up on top of it. And then Reyes. Oh, looked like a catchable ball. Kind of looked funky on the fall, though, didn't he? Maybe he got caught. He's looking at the green. That's the grass's fault.
So it could be a bunt situation for Ian Kennedy. He's hitting 133 this year. Squares and
Nice.
pushes it back to Russ, and too hard. Goes to second. They get the lead runner back to first. Double play. Nicely done by Chris Russin coming off the mound. See if Pat Murphy wants to challenge the play at first base. It was certainly close. He's on the top step of the dugout. And he's still waiting. Kennedy did a good job hustling up the first baseline, but Murphy back into the dugout, and it is an inning-ending 1-6-3 double play. Tag SD Data Strong Fan, and you might just see yourself in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile.
What are the speed limits in downtown Denver?
That's an optical illusion. See, they got this fancy technology
Really?
down in our production truck.
What's that called?
It's called time-lapse technology, and they can change things up. Ian Kennedy's been changing things up on the Rocky batters. Struck out the side in the second inning, and 4 Ks through 2 for Ian Patrick Kennedy. Ian Clint Barmas chatting things over before the catcher Michael McHenry steps up to the plate. First appearance in the series for the backup catcher as Nick Hundley gets the day off. And McHenry takes a strike from Kennedy, 0-1.
If he just stays right out there, you know, it looks like CB Buckner, the home plate umpire, is given maybe, what would you say, Jesse, a ball's width, maybe a ball and a half width off the plate. Stay right back out there.
Buckner, a generous man, at least this afternoon so far. And
look at that yacker.
Curveball called strike 2.
That first pitch off the plate a little bit.
He's shown good command. Hedges sets up low and away, and he misses. Ball 1 to McHenry. Keep talking about Kennedy's success against the Rockies. You look at the numbers here at Coors Field. One of the best. And he spent a lot of years pitching in this division with both the Diamondbacks and the Padres. That one's to third. Spangenberg, nice job with the catcher running, has time, makes a good throw, and Norris scoops it out. Well done by Corey Spangenberg. Been a while since he's played the field at the big league level.
Spangenberg making it look easy. This is not an easy play. To his right. Now you've got to throw all the way across the diamond, showing it off, and a nice dig right over there by Derek Norris. Hey, he's used to digging it behind home plate when the ball's in the dirt. How about the ball in the dirt with the first baseman's glove? He can do it all. Nice place, Corey Spangenberg.
Spangenberg knew he had a little bit of time, didn't rush it, set the feet, made the throw, one away. Left fielder Matt McBride. And that one misses, maybe a little bit up. McBride pinch hit each of the first 2 games of this series, popped to third on Friday night and grounded out last night, making his second start since he was recalled from AAA Albuquerque on Wednesday. Rockies designated Drew Stubbs for assignment, and McBride has put up good numbers in the minors this year, a .328 average, being given another opportunity at the big league level. Strike zone tightening up a little bit on Kennedy here with 1 out in the third.
Oh, it'll change over the course of time.
Variable.
That one missed, though.
Yep, all 3 out of the strike zone. Good pitch there, 3-1.
Let's check out the arsenal for Ian Kennedy this season. Like a lot of pitchers, heavy on the fastball. It's the secondary pitches. Curveball, changeup, pretty even. Slider, cut fastball, just kind of a show-me pitch.
Lines that one to second, and Jerko makes the diving catch. Couple of good defensive plays behind Ian Kennedy here in the third. First by Spangenberg and now by Jed Jerko.
This ball is slicing away from Jerko and timing it perfectly. The extension. You betcha.
Kennedy did it all on his own in the second, striking out the side. Getting some help here in the third.
You don't extend to the last second. You don't want to slow yourself up.
Russin, first pitch swinging. And into left center. Looked like the Uptons were crossed up for just a moment, but Justin makes the catch, and 9 in a row to start for Ian Kennedy. together in the heart of San Diego. By Jerome's Furniture, where Jerry's price is the lowest price every day. No phony sales, just pure value. And by Mercury Insurance. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com today and see how much you could save. One of the great live music venues in all of North America. Red Rocks Amphitheater, about a half hour from downtown Denver.
Also looks like a good workout area. People running the stairs there, getting in shape. See all those people running?
It's like the convention center downtown San Diego. You always see people on the stairs.
Stay hydrated, especially here at the Mile High City. Drink plenty of water.
Chris Russin, so far this season, second time through. Look at that opponent's batting average.
You look at it, 353.
Let's look at it together.
The way the Padres have been swinging the bat recently, crushing some mistakes. And you know it's swinging early in the count as well. Once they get that fastball. I say get the fastball, go to hack, and try to hit it hard where it's pitched.
Top of the order in the fourth. Padres do have one hit. Melvin Upton, a one-out single in the third. But he was erased on the double play to end the third inning. Ian Kennedy bunted too hard back to Russin, who did a good job fielding it, throwing to second, and starting the twin killing. Spangy also grounded out to Russin. If the Padres can get some base traffic, it'll be interesting to see if they challenge the Rocky catcher, Michael McHenry. He's really struggled this year throwing out would-be base stealers. Certainly a guy like Upton can run. Spangenberg. And Corey lifts that one into right center field. It's dropping in, and it'll fall. Leadoff single here in the fourth for Spangy. And he's 1 for 2 in his return to the starting lineup.
Well, big key for any left-handed hitter against a lefty like Russ. You got to keep that front shoulder in near their hips. If you open up too much, you get off the end of the bat. And hey, sometimes fly ball finds the garden spot. And way to start it off for Derek Norris.
Norris 6 for his last 15, and he's hit in 9 straight games against the Rockies in which he's come to the plate. You can see what this team is capable of when Norris is going and Kemp is going and Upton is going and Jerko is going, and that has certainly been the case as San Diego has won 4 out of the last 5 ball games, and they go for the sweep here this afternoon. I'll check on Spangenberg. So a pretty good quick pickoff move from John Gray last night, the right-handed starter of the Rockies.
Quick feet.
Now the lefty Russin. Norris lines that one to center field. Blackman coming in. He'll make the catch, and Spangenberg hustles back to first base, 1 away. Eight-game hitting streak for Kemp, for Upton, and for Jerko. And most days they've been hitting 3, 4, and 5 in the order.
Kemp center field. Upton using the whole field. Jed Jerko, when he's going well, using the whole field. Hit the ball hard.
Time for those guys to go to work here in the fourth. 1 out, runner on first, and Kemp, who flew to right field his first time up. Nice sliding catch by Gonzalez right by the foul line.
And that's why it's so important for, especially in this game, Corey Spangenberg, Derek Norris to get on base with the numbers we just saw with the 8-game hitting streaks.
Kemp and Upton now each over 60 RBIs on the season. First time the Padres have had 2 outfielders go over 60 runs batted in since 2006. Off-speed strike, 1-1. Speedy Spangy.
Well, if he's going to go, it's going to be on the first move with the lefty. And he's just quick enough to where he can make it to second base if it's a high leg kick over to first from Russell. Kind of really a short lead over there with the left-hander on the mound.
See Jose Valentin looking down at the stopwatch, keeping track of how quickly Russin gets the ball over to first. 1-1 to Kemp, and he takes low. 2 balls and a strike to the Padre right fielder who made some history this weekend. What'd you do on Friday night? Matt Kemp hit for the cycle.
I had a salad.
I don't believe you. 11 games against Colorado this year. Lots of success for the San Diego ball club. Again, Kemp in the air to right, and again Gonzalez comes over towards the line. A little bit of trouble in the sun, but he makes the catch. That's the second down here in the 4th.
You know, it's been a fun weekend. I know there's still 6 innings to go here in this ball game, but and I'll be quite honest with you, Jesse, with the long road trips we've had a couple of 11-day road trips back to back. It's kind of nice to go on the road for only 3, stay within the division, and then get back to Petco Park and Pat Murphy's Padres go hurting the Braves and the Cardinals.
Colin Ray will make his second major league start tomorrow night against Atlanta. First, try and take out the Brooms here at Coors. Quick move, and Spangenberg back with the head first slide. Good numbers in 53 games here. Upton overall, great numbers against Colorado. And with the team returning home, as Mark was just talking about, Justin Upton will have an opportunity to set the Petco Park home run record for a single season.
You know, if you pick the right pitch to go on for Russin, you can run on this guy. You can tell he uses the slide step, and then he'll use the slide step quick move over to first base, not lifting the leg, as we've seen in this inning. The average for a pitcher going over to first base, or from the first move to the catcher, the average is 1.35. Russin's about a 1.55.
Spangenberg stretches out the lead. He stays put, and Upton hits this one to right, but it's out of play. Padres got the leadoff single for Corey Spangenberg here in the 4th. Norris line to center. Kemp flew to right, and now 0-2 to Justin Upton.
I've got my stopwatch out. You got yours out?
Always. Jose Valentin has his coaching first. Spangenberg kind of flinched, and the 0-2 to Upton is a fastball away. You almost get the sense over at first base it's studying time for Spangenberg right now. It's figuring him out. Stays put again, and the pitch misses in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And you can tell when Russin goes with that move to the plate, the high leg kick and the arm action, he takes a long time to release that ball. So you better choose the right time to go to where you think he's going to go to the plate.
He was ahead of Upton. No balls and 2 strikes. Now 2-2.
Has he gone over to first yet on a pickoff with a high leg kick? Or has it just been the slide step over to first base?
I think we've seen the slide step and the step off.
Right. I'm just trying to keep an eye on the high leg kick if he in fact goes over to first base with that move. I don't think I've seen it. So with this, let's play a little game. High leg kick, go. First move. Go. Oh, there's the slide step. He fooled me. Very quick to the plate on that one.
All the different little ways a pitcher can try and control the running game. And now, as you see, with a full count and 2 outs, Paulson will step back behind Spangenberg. He'll be going on this one. 3-2 to Upton is chopped over to third base. Arenado backs up on it. makes the throw, and that's it for the Padres here in the fourth. They strand the leadoff single. No score at Coors. In with Allie Sturm. Allie?
Thank you, Jesse. Well, there's a little interesting friendship going on. Brett Wallace and Brandon Barnes first initially met with their time in the Astros organization. When I was talking to Brett earlier, he told me that he just had breakfast with Brandon yesterday to discuss a t-shirt company. Brett said that him and Brandon are very inspired by these interesting sayings and things like that they can put on their t-shirts, and he and Brett decided to start a company. All of the proceeds go to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation, and it's really taken off here in Colorado. And Brett said, as you can see, he owns every style.
Nice, very nice. Thank you, Allie.
Very cool.
Getting into the t-shirt business and for a good cause.
Yeah, making an impact.
Wallace had an impact in last night's game as a pinch hitter. RBI single proved to be the game winner in the top of the ninth inning. As Kennedy misses inside to the Colorado leadoff man, Charlie Blackmon, 1-1.
Yeah, I like that pitch, even though it's not a strike. Pitch into the righties and lefties alike. Hey, they did to Arenado this series. Now to Blackmon here.
Fouls that one away, 1-2. Little chopper, I believe a foul ball at the plate, yes.
Is it off his foot?
I think so. Kind of a late signal from the home plate umpire, but it sounded like it got something, and he didn't even try to run to first base. So a foul ball, still 1-2.
Yeah, off his front foot.
Another foul ball, another 1-2, and another foul ball.
Good changeup. Rockies are not taking good swings off that changeup out of the hand of Ian Kennedy.
Kennedy has looked outstanding through the first 3 innings. 4 strikeouts, including getting Arenado, Paulson, and LeMahieu in the second. One-two to Blackmon. Blackmon, one of the most productive leadoff men in the National League this year. 3-hit night last night, doubled and scored in the first. And he chops that one foul. Foul back to the screen again. Ninth pitch of the at-bat coming between Ian Kennedy and Charlie Blackmon.
Well, the Fox, you see the Fox tracks there. Some pitches over the heart of the plate brought to you by Southland Technology. 4 pitches, 2 in, 2 out. So Charlie Blackmon has had some opportunity to hit some pitches.
Full count.
Battle going on here. Next pitch will be number 10.
Three-two, and he got him. Curveball right on the outside corner, and Kennedy with his 5th strikeout of the day.
What a great sequence of pitches. What a great battle, and what a great way to finish him off. Having confidence in the curveball, back door, outside corner, high enough, you betcha. Take a hike. He's got a good feel for that curveball and the changeup today.
Yeah, he's looked really good. Jose Reyes takes a curveball that stays up.
Worked around that one.
Struck out in the first inning for the first time in his last 23 plate appearances. See him peeking around. And he hits that one foul down the line.
Looking at the positioning of the infielders, possibly maybe bring one with him. Drag it, first base side. A push bunt down the third base line, but Corey Spangenberg playing in at third base, and Derek Norris over at first base beyond the bag.
Another souvenir.
Well, we mentioned that you just showed the statistic regarding the lack of strikeouts. See, he's got him in the hole 1-2 here. Let's see what Austin Hedges puts down. Fastball in. Get it in there.
Wants him to bury it to Reyes.
Nice.
Put it right where he wanted it.
Exactly. You double up, you go right back in there, you go soft away. Breaking ball right here.
Got him. Changeup to Jose Reyes, who has now struck out 2 consecutive plate appearances. And now 6 strikeouts for Kennedy with 2 outs here in the 4th.
Ian's got it working. And he puts him away with the changeup down and away. A bad looking hack from Jose Reyes. That was a Malo swing right there.
2 outs, nobody on. Cargo flew out to center field his first time up, and you see nearly half of his at-bats against Kennedy over the course of his career, ending with a strikeout. Gonzalez had an incredible July, has cooled off a little bit here, but he sends this one to straightaway center field. Upton going back, and the first hit of the afternoon for the Rockies is a solo homer to center for Gonzalez, and they take a 1-0 lead here in the 4th.
Well, Carlos Gonzalez really gets extended. This ball, you know what? It looked like it might have even been off the plate a little bit. A 1-0 fastball. What great extension. Pitch up, away.
Arenado first pitch swinging, hits it hard, but right to Justin Upton in left field, and that's it for the Rockies. But they get on the board. Cargo's 27th of the year. Mike Mark, thank you very much. Just in time for Jed Jerko to step in.
Yeah, those Braves, you talk about bullpens these days. Rough go-around for those Bravos.
Jerko hits that one to left, and coming over, making the catch is McBride.
Braves are second worst to these Rockies in ERA in the bullpen.
See, the Padres can take advantage of that the next 3 days, the way they have the last 2 here in Colorado. Yeah, Shelby Miller had the no-hitter broken up in the 8th by Nick Ahmed. Braves end up winning anyway. Now they'll head to Hartsfield, hop on the plane, and make the long flight out to San Diego. Ball 1 to Clint Barmas. Clint popped to shortstop his first time. He's 0 for 1.
Looks like a little cut fastball or a slider right there. Probably a slider at 81.
Russin has been all losses and no decisions in his last 9 starts. Hasn't won since June 21st. And that goes back to that bullpen conversation. You leave as a starter after 5, 6, 7, even if you have a lead.
You're gonna need like an 8-run lead as a starter.
Probably not going to happen today the way Ian Kennedy's pitching. Barmas into left field. That's a base hit. 3rd single today for the Padres. 1 out single here in the 5th as take a look at the National University standings in the National League East. You were just talking about the Braves, and Mark Sweeney said it. I think a lot of people expected Atlanta to be way down in the NL East, but they're playing respectable baseball. At times, at least.
And with the New York Mets, you look at that rotation, we talk about it, their bullpen, 3rd in the National League. They've got an ERA under 3, the Mets.
Mets about to get swept by the Pirates. They're down big in the 9th. Nationals trailing in San Francisco in the 5th. Hedges to left. McBride going over. Makes the catch. 2 away.
You heard my prediction. We had dinner last night after the game.
Yeah.
Remember my prediction?
Which one? You make a lot of predictions. They're all good, but
winning the World Series this year?
Chicago Cubs, I believe, was your prediction.
That's my pick.
First time since 1908.
Yeah.
It would be.
I think they're going to get in with the wild card.
Yeah, they're probably not winning the division.
No, not at all.
Cardinals are way out in front in the Central. Russin delivers strike 1 to Melvin Upton.
You know why I say that? How many times through the course of history of baseball you got the best team with the best record and all of a sudden they're out in the first round?
That's happened a lot, especially
it happens
as of late.
a lot.
Yeah. Well, for a long time in baseball, you had those 105, 108, 110 win behemoths that ended up hoisting the trophy at the end of the year. But no, now with 2 wild cards especially, it's more of a crapshoot than ever. Last year, 2 wild card teams in the World Series.
Getting in, getting to the dance.
Get hot.
You get some momentum going. So I'm going out on a limb on the positive tree and picking the Cubs.
Been a long time, obviously. What's even more amazing to me than the Cubs not having won since 1908? The fact that they haven't even been since 1945.
You know what a lot of people forget? They were back-to-back World Series champions in 07 and 08.
Yeah. It was an era of dynasties. Giants won a few in a row.
Yep.
I believe right before that. And I think the Reds right before that.
Who do you got winning? Just for conversation.
Well, I got to take a National League team, right? I'm going to go Buccos.
Really?
I'm going to raise the Jolly Roger.
Oh, cannonball coming.
Why not? It'd be fun. Only one of the teams that we picked is even going to make the playoffs, if that.
Yeah.
1-2 to Melvin Upton, and just missing.
He got squeezed on that one, it looks like.
Yeah, Russin turned his back to the home plate umpire, C.B. Buckner, thought he had strike 3. 1-out single for Barmes here in the 5th. And now a 2-2 count to Melvin Upton Jr. Got him. Fastball away, tipped it into the mitt, and it's the first strikeout of the afternoon for Russin. The Rockies lead 1-0.
And we're going to focus on Derek Norris behind home plate last night. 3 caught stealings. The first one in the 4th inning, Nick Hundley goes down. Jose Reyes in the 5th. See ya. And the last one, Charlie Blackmon. Nobody wants a Charlie in the box. Nobody wants a Charlie on second base. He's out. Derek Norris, stay hot. Tools of the trade, the arm.
31 catcher caught stealings this year for Derek Norris. The most in the majors, a career high. The most in baseball by any catcher since 2012, when Yadier Molina had 32. And the most by a Padre catcher in forever, as Ben Paulson bunts his way aboard to start off the bottom of the 5th. Time now for our Fan Diego fans of the game. We got some Padre fans. You got a Dolphin fan.
Yeah.
We got nachos and a teddy bear.
Oh. How nice. Maybe that's his good luck teddy bear.
Here's LeMahieu. Paulson's bunt single, the second hit of the day for the Rockies. The first, of course, the Gonzalez homer with 2 outs in the 4th. So Kennedy out of the stretch for the first time this afternoon.
But Paulson beating the shift right there. Nice push bunt down the third base line.
Smart baseball, especially leading off an inning, right?
Sure.
Mention those catcher caught stealings for Derek Norris as LeMahieu tries to extend the hitting streak. Last Padre to have as many as Norris has this season was Ben Davis back in 2001. Threw out 34 guys. Pitch out, nothing doing. And Austin Hedges, another guy that can throw you out.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe the Rockies maybe put something on here, maybe like a hit and run with that hole on that right side. Well, a lot of checking signals going on here. LeMahieu with Stu Cole, Austin Hedges with Pat Murphy. Got Eric Young over there talking with Charlie Blackmon.
Yeah, good to see EY.
Ben Paulson. It's the beard again.
Little roller to short. Barmes flips to Jerko. They get 1. They get 2. Not the easiest ball to turn a double play on, but well handled up the middle by the Padre infield. And Kennedy clears the bases.
How does this all start? It starts out of the hand of Ian Kennedy making a good pitch. And yes, Clint Barmes My goodness, a lot going on there at second base. Watch the concentration on Jed Jerko at second base. This ball is down by his ankles, and then the flip throw gets him just in time.
Really nicely done. Couple defensive gems for Jerko here this afternoon. So Kennedy back to the windup. McHenry grounded out to third base his first time up. Nice play on that one by Corey Spangenberg.
You know, 99.999% of the time, middle infielders, they can catch the good feed at second base, right? You anticipate the good feed, but you have to be aware of the poor feed at times. Out of the hand, it hits his glove again, and then Jed Jerko has to make the adjustment, and they get him by a half step. Staying with it, and the nice flip throw from underneath from Jed.
One ball and 2 strikes to the catcher, McHenry. We were talking about World Series predictions a few minutes ago, having some fun with that. Another team you got to watch out for certainly would be last year's runners-up, Kansas City Royals, all season long, looking like they're on a mission over in the American League. There you go. Bolt up. Phillip Rivers signing the extension yesterday. Good news for the Chargers. A big weekend for San Diego sports. Padres get the cycle, Rivers the extension, and how about Sweetwater Little League?
Yes.
Go to Williamsport.
Good for those kids.
That's awesome. West Region champs on their way to PA. Two to McHenry, and now a full count as the changeup misses low.
Only 3 3-ball counts this afternoon for Ian Kennedy. This being the third.
And he got him.
Curveball.
7 strikeouts for Ian Kennedy, and he gets the double play ball to work around the bunt single.
Why? On our guy, Ian Kennedy is working the curveball nicely today. You bet. He's keeping it down in the zone. Reyes goes down swinging. The backdoor curveball to Charlie Blackmon. And then don't forget about the changeup. Both pitches working very nicely. Righty on righty to Arenado. And then Reyes, before that at-bat, didn't have a strikeout in 23 at-bats. Well, Ian Kennedy's got it working this afternoon on his secondary pitches.
Now an opportunity to help himself at the plate. And how about the walks? Last start, 6 walks for Ian Kennedy. And none so far this afternoon to go with 7 strikeouts.
The one thing about those 6 walks last time, only gave up 1 run in 5 innings.
Yeah, it was the homer to Bruce. So last start, he worked himself out of trouble. Here today, very little trouble, but the Padres do trail. One of the 2 hits against Kennedy, the solo homer with 2 outs in the 4th by Carlos Gonzalez. Ian 0 for 1. He bunted into a double play his first time up. Nice job by Russin fielding his position and starting the 1-6-3. And now 1-2. Kennedy's got 4 hits on the season. You see the average at 129. 3 of the 4 hits, doubles.
Oh, he's got extra base power. Doesn't he? Hey, outfield kind of shallow, too.
Yeah.
Blackman on the shallow side on the first base side of second base. You know, if he squares something up, splits one of those gaps, that's extra bases.
Kennedy hit a home run last year. Yeah, you take a look. Very shallow.
Yep. And with the way the ball travels here, we all know.
Are you predicting something here?
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb on the positive tree and say he's going to hit a double.
Okay. Hey,
There's
Pirates.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a great old logo.
You like the red? The logo with the red in it?
I just liked that pirate, that guy.
Oh, yeah. That's like late 80s.
Yeah.
Mid 80s, late 80s. You bet.
Bonds, Bonilla. A little battle here as Kennedy continues to foul some tough pitches off.
Jay Bell, Jeff King,
Sure.
Barry Bonds,
Tony Pena.
Jim Leland.
That's a good Sunday.
Chico leaned.
2-2.
Bob Walk. Don't you love talking old?
Yeah, it's fun.
It
Just
is
start
fun.
throwing guys
Andy
out.
Vance like.
Sure. Did you say Sid Bream yet?
No, good call. Well, he was with the Braves in 91.
Oh, that's right, in 91. Let's think of that play. And there's strike 3. Hey, good battle by Ian Kennedy. Second strikeout of the day for Chris Russin. And 1 out here in the 6th as the top of the order. And Corey Spangenberg comes to the plate. Spangenberg played 9 rehab games with AA San Antonio and AAA El Paso. Leading off for the Missions, the Padre AA affiliate, in the 6 games there. And AAA El Paso, in the 3 games, he was batting second behind center fielder Travis Jankowski. Getting the chance to lead off today. And he lines this one to Reyes, who reaches down and makes the catch. 2 gone here in the 6th. Playing the other way. But Reyes able to move to his right and make the catch.
He's made that play 100 times. Maybe more. Doug Drabek. John Smiley.
That's a good one. 4 hits in the series for Derek Norris. 2 for 5 on Friday night with a homer, single, couple runs scored. Had that 9th inning double yesterday.
A little backdoor slider or cutter from Russin.
Honus Wagner. Norris been in the middle of it a lot this year for the Padres. The team is 24-7 on the season when he drives in a run. That was certainly the case on Friday night. And he hits this one well out to left center field. 2-out single for Norris. And that gets Kemp to the plate here in the 6th.
How many times recently, or maybe you could even say the whole year, Derek Norris, 2 strikes, fouling some pitches up, and then just fights one off. Set it up for the next guy. Extend the inning. That one got fisted.
Did with it what he could, and now a fresh start for Matt Kemp. Padres down 1-0 with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Matt with more hits than anybody else on the Padre team, 117 and counting. And that one is 118 into left field. So back-to-back singles with 2 outs here in the 6th, and Justin Upton going to get a chance to hit as Kemp extends the hitting streak.
Oh, this is the blueprint that all Padre fans like to see. And this is why these Padres want to try with one swing of the bat. Justin Upton up there with 2 runners on.
For the Rocky pitcher, Chris Russin, this thing got off to a good start in the 6th. He struck out Ian Kennedy. Got Spangenberg to line to shortstop, but Norris a 2-strike hit. Matt Kemp a 2-out hit, back-to-back singles, and now he's got to deal with Justin Upton.
First time a runner in scoring position for both teams. This situation with Upton coming to the plate.
5 hits for the Padres, all singles. 2 hits for the Rockies, a homer and a bunt.
I'm guessing first pitch off speed. Ooh, fastball in.
Missed with it, 1-0. Norris at second base. Matt Kemp at first.
Maybe that fastball, just maybe, that fastball in is going to set something up soft away. I'm guessing changeup right here. Nope.
Another fastball, and it misses high.
Interesting. Back-to-back heaters. You think he wants to pitch around Upton to load the bases to pitch to Jerko?
See what he does on 2-0 after he missed with a couple of fastballs. Misses again inside. 3-0.
What did I say the other day? If it gets to that point when Jerko came up to the plate, make it hurt.
And he did.
He did? Was that on Friday night?
Yeah, the 3-run homer in the 7th. Same kind of situation. The Rockies looked like they wanted no part of Justin Upton. And a 4-pitch walk here to load the bases in front of Jed. Made him pay in the first game of the series. Now another big opportunity for Jed Jerko, this time against Chris Russin.
Okay, very important here. Base runners don't get picked. Just a thought. Infield playing on the pull. LeMahieu shaded over towards the second base bag. Even from the catcher, thrown behind the runner.
Misses again.
Somebody said balk.
There you go. Looks like the second base umpire, Dan Iasonia, calls a balk. And that'll tie the game here in the 6th.
Said he flinched.
And now they're going to talk about it.
Well, he's going to call it, and they're going to talk about it.
Russin looked incredulous. And now the umpire's getting together. What do you see? Did he ever come set?
You know, it's really that was. He did bring his hands together, and then he brought his hands up. But is that his usual motion? Is that his normal motion? It's almost as if he tried to quick pitch him from the set position.
Yeah, we saw him quick pitching earlier, obviously, with nobody on base.
And,
that's no big deal.
And
but
you can do that. I mean, you have to come set, though.
Right. I don't know that he ever came set. And I'm going to get the explanation here. And Pat Murphy doesn't look like he's particularly happy with what Dan Iassogna is telling him.
And, you know, I'm not either. The guy calls a balk, and then they want to talk about it?
Yeah, that's weird.
Did he come to a complete stop? Maybe that's something they're talking about.
That was my question, just getting the one quick look at it we had. Was I don't know that after the hands came in the glove that he ever stopped. It was almost one motion.
Exactly. Hey, this is a huge decision right here.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 outs, and either it's 1-1 with runners on second and third, or the bases are loaded. And it's still 1-0 Rockies.
I just can't believe they call the balk and now they want to talk about it. Let's take a look. Okay, this is real time on the right. Russin. The hands come together there. You know what? He never stopped.
Yeah.
He never stopped. He went right into his glove and then started up. To me, it looked like he didn't stop.
Looked like one motion to me. Meanwhile, Russin standing around.
Now watch when his hands come together. Does he complete his motion up? You've got to come to a stop, a complete stop. That's
just a little bit strange that
yeah.
They would call it and then take it away as Pat Murphy is tossed for the 3rd time since taking over as the Padres manager.
I just got bad call on calling balk and then having to discuss it. It may be reversing the call on the balk.
Now Murphy going to get his money's worth.
How can you change your mind on that and go back on your call on
It's
a
a
balk?
weird one. Dale Scott's the usual crew chief for this umpiring crew. He was here the first 2 games of the series.
Good for Murph going out there and airing him out and giving him an earful on that one.
So it is not a tie game. Bases are still loaded. And the umpires are going to continue to talk about something. C.B. Buckner, the home plate umpire, was going back behind the plate. Now he's walking back out towards third base, and the 4 umps are going to get together and have another conversation. I was saying Dale Scott, the usual crew chief here, they're saying no pitch. They're getting the count right. No balls and no strikes. And Iassogna, who's at second. And now Dave Roberts going to come out. And he wants to chat things over after Murphy's been tossed.
Because on a balk, okay, balk, dead ball. But then they reverse it.
So it's not a balk.
But was the pitch a ball? So if it's not a balk, then it should be the pitch. It should be 1-0. It should be advantage Jerko.
Unless
right?
they're saying it was an umpire mistake, and so there's no pitch. I think I've seen that once or twice. But certainly, his point is, hey, if it's not a balk, it's a ball.
Correct.
But they called a balk, and they took it away. It sure looked like a balk to me. And it's a weird rule. It's an intricate rule. I don't know. So they're going to say no balls, no strikes, no balk. It's as if nothing happened in the last 5 minutes.
It's a do-over. It's a backyard wiffle ball game.
That's it. I don't believe Russin has thrown any warm-up pitches, by the way, during this entire...
I got brutal call.
So,
he did it again.
And Jerko swings through, 0-1.
Did he just do it again?
Well, I mean, if it's not a balk, why not? They're not going to call it a balk. Why are you going to change? Oh. Quickly, 0-2.
That's his windup there.
And Jerko chops it to Arenado, who makes the strong throw across the diamond, and that's it for the Padres here in the 6th. It looked like San Diego had tied it up on a balk, but they didn't. -0 game. Lots going on here, and the one run coming courtesy of Carlos Gonzalez with 2 outs in the 4th inning. That was the first hit of the day against Ian Kennedy. He left the yard for his 27th home run of the season. Then last inning, Padres have the bases loaded, 2 outs. Chris Russin appears to have balked, and in fact, the second base umpire, John Tumpain, called a balk. You can see him right there in the corner. The umpires would then get together and talk about it. And so instead of the tying run coming in on the balk, they decided there was no balk, and Jed Jerko would eventually ground out after Pat Murphy ejected.
And the only thing we can determine is that they came to the conclusion that they was using his full windup with the bases loaded.
Meanwhile, McBride, the pitcher spot, and Blackman do up as Spangenberg makes the play.
Hey, that's fine and dandy, but the issue I have is the call of the balk and then taking it back. That's all.
So, you know, you often ask me, hey, what are some of the things you'd like to change in baseball? And I've said this one 1,000 times. I'll say it again. They should explain these things after the fact.
Umpires should get on the microphone to the fans.
Explain what happened.
Like an NFL referee does.
100%.
And say, folks, this is what we saw. This is why we're determining the call that we call.
Don't just leave everybody guessing. Very simple. Just let us know. Hey, after looking at it or after talking about it, we decided blank. And here's why.
Because it looks like an abbreviated windup, right? It is an abbreviated windup. So with runners on base, you're expecting them to be in touch with the rubber, get the sign, come to a set position. But in the world of Chris Russin, I'm guessing that's his full delivery, his full windup, and that's what the conclusion they came to.
Tumpain, the fill-in umpire at second base. 0-2 to Russin, and he swings through it. So for Ian Kennedy now 8 strikeouts and 2 away here in the 6th as we take a look at the Cholula flamethrower.
And with Ian Kennedy on the mound, he's getting up to 94. That's mild chunky for the right-hander from USC. Just a little bit of tang to it, give it a little bit of extra flavor.
You notice it?
Sure.
Yeah.
And the result, you can see in the results of the strikeouts.
Oh, he's been outstanding so far. Just the solo homer to Gonzalez. Outside of that, a bunt single against the shift for Paulson, and 8 strikeouts. Top of the order, 2 outs, nobody on, and Blackman takes strike 1. Blackmon went down looking in the 4th inning. He's 0 for 2, and now in the hole, 0 and 2. Chris Sale going for the White Sox this afternoon. Mike Pomeranz and Mark Sweeney will get you updated as Cubs and the White Sox battle. Cubs, one of the hottest teams in all of baseball right now. 1-2 to Blackmon, and a ground ball to shortstop. Barmes throws him out, and a nice 1-2-3 6th inning for Ian Kennedy. Still 1-0 Rockies. All right, thank you very much, gentlemen. Chris Sale, pretty good. And pitching, Barmes up the middle, and Mayhew coming over to the shortstop side of the bag, and he makes the play.
Nice
One
play.
pitch, one out.
Nice play by the Gold Glover at second base.
LeMahieu. Interesting, the guys talking about Cubs and a potential wild card game and who to start. And as Mark Sweeney just said, John Lester is the ace. He started the wild card game for Oakland last year against Kansas City.
And as he mentioned, Jake Arrieta, was it 14 wins for the right-hander?
Been outstanding. Austin Hedges with one out here in the top of the 7th inning, and he tries to bunt his way on. Saw that the third baseman Arenado was way back. And a little double-barreled action for the Rockies, Friedrich and Oberg.
And in the Padres bullpen, Sean Kelly out there in the shrubbery.
Pitcher spot is due up 4th for the Padres here in the 7th. Kennedy has been outstanding, but got to find a run or two or a few more somewhere.
3 runs by the Padres offense, and they win this ball game.
Yeah, I think the most encouraging thing for the Padres right now is what you just saw, those guys throwing in the bullpen. Rustin's been very good, but the Rocky bullpen, worst in baseball. Still just 81 pitches, and he hit in the 6th inning, so his spot not due for a while.
So if you're Walt Weiss, you're sticking with this kid as long as you can.
I would. But he's got 2 relievers up. Got a just in case. Can fall apart quickly here. We've talked about that. Shutout 1 inning, 6 runs in the next moment. Arenado plays the in-between hop. Throws out Hedges, 2 away. Melvin Upton, first pitch swinging, and again, Nolan Arenado doing what he does. 3 ground balls to a couple Gold Glove infielders. Arenado at third and LeMahieu at second. Rockies with a 1-0 lead as we stretch in Denver. The Atlanta Braves and the St. Louis Cardinals won't be seeing first baseman Freddie Freeman on the disabled list with a strained oblique. Nick Markakis among the leaders in hits in the National League with 131 this season. And Cameron Maybin, the former Padre, makes his return. Had a walk-off home run in the 10th inning this afternoon at home against Arizona. Ian Kennedy back out there for the 7th inning, and he has had some day here today.
You know what, Jesse? It's one of those things where in a ballpark like this where the ball flies, you're going to give up home runs. He does that to Carlos Gonzalez. But the one thing going for Ian Kennedy, he has got things going, the curveball and the changeup and the location of the fastball. There's the bunt, Paulson beating the shift. There's the strikeout to Reyes on the curveball. Changeup, bringing Arenado to his knees. Another breaking ball. So he's got a good feel for both of his secondary pitches. He's only given up 2 hits this afternoon. Ian Kennedy, he is pitching a gem. We've got ourselves a pitcher's duel here in Colorado.
Just the 1 run on 2 hits, no walks, and he's tied his season high with 8 strikeouts. Kennedy has completed 7 innings in 2 of his last 3 starts.
That's terrific. The pitch count is the one thing. Last 2 innings, only 19 pitches for Ian Kennedy. 76 pitches, 54 have been strikes.
So Kennedy back to work. Reyes, Gonzalez, Arenado, 2, 3, and 4 for the Rockies here in the 7th. As he tries to complete the 7th inning once again. Reyes had gone 23 straight plate appearances without striking out. Today, 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. And now 0 for 3. Our game is presented in HD by Sony. Funny game, this baseball.
Oh, I know.
Nice job by Clint Barma showing off some range and getting the speedy Reyes. 1 down for Carlos Gonzalez, who, as you just saw, has knocked in the only run of this game. How many times do you think this season here at Coors Field it's been 1-0 in the 7th?
Oh, very few times.
Hats off to Russin and Kennedy as he gets ahead of Carlos Gonzalez with a fastball we've got at 95. Good stretch here for Ian Kennedy. ERA under 3 in his last 11 starts, and the changeup makes it 0-2.
See the Fox tracks up and down, trying to go up the ladder. Fox tracks brought to you by Nissan.
Goes back to the fastball. Back to the fastball, 2-2. Good visualization of Kennedy's afternoon, the Rockies box score. Just got a piece. Two hits. Gonzalez's solo homer and a Paulson bunt to beat the shift, leading off the 5th. Three and 2 as the changeup skips into Hedges. Payoff pitch to Cargo, and he hits that one out to right center. Melvin Upton, a long run, but he gets there, makes the catch, 2 away.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Two outs, nobody on for Arenado. And he's first pitch swinging, popping it up. Norris at first base, makes the catch. Nope, dropped it. Had it in his glove. Popped right out. And a 2-out error here in the 7th. It was in.
Happens to the best of them. Routine. Squeezed it just a little bit too soon, it looked like.
Still adjusting over at first base, just the 6th time he started there. Different glove, different angles. And an opportunity for the Rockies with Paulson at the plate. And he lines it to left field. That's going to be trouble if it's fair, and it is off the wall. Upton retrieves it. Arenado into third, and a double.
Wow, what a nice carom out there for Justin Upton and getting that ball in quickly. That ball traveled. The ball got out there in a hurry. I didn't think the ball was going to hit off the wall like it did. I thought it was going to maybe short hop the wall, maybe even hit the grass. This ball hits off the wall. Nice carom for Justin, and hitting the cutoff man, keeping him at second and third, 2 outs.
And Dave Roberts, who is the acting manager for the Padres after Pat Murphy's ejection, is on his way out to the hill. Really just the second hard hit ball of the afternoon against Kennedy, the first being the homer. And just a quick maybe note of encouragement from Dave Roberts.
I love this move. I like this move. Ian Kennedy's a veteran big league pitcher. Ian Kennedy knows in his heart that he can make a pitch to get out of this mess. They're going to intentionally walk him here. Got the right-hander rookie McHenry on deck.
LeMahieu, one of the top hitters in the National League. Got to figure that was the message from Dave Roberts. Coming into play today, LeMahieu, the 5th highest batting average in the NL. So they'll load the bases, and as Mark said, catcher McHenry, who's 0 for 2, will come on up. First pitch swinging into right field. Kemp going over. He's not going to get there. One hops the wall. 2 runs are in. Here comes LeMahieu. The throw from Jerko. Not in time. And on the throw, McHenry ends up at third. Close play at the plate. We might get a challenge there. Looked like a nice tag from Hedges. For now, a 3-run double and a 4-0 Colorado lead.
Well, McHenry did a nice job of going with that pitch the opposite way. Now the race is on the plate. Giving him a lane, and the swipe tag. Does his glove hit the top of his right foot?
I thought so.
Right there before. If it does, he's out.
In real time, I thought he got it. Padres have challenged it. CB Buckner, the home plate umpire, made the call. He's on the left. Acting crew chief Dan Iasonia on the right.
I think he's out. I agree with you, Jesse.
Yep.
Oh, there it is.
And Buckner was right there. I was stunned when he called him safe, I got to tell you.
Well, I was too.
We saw, what, like a 30-second review in a play last night at first base in the 9th inning. This one taking a little bit longer. Get another look at Hedges applying the tag. Certainly looks like he got him on the right foot.
Absolutely.
I don't believe blocking the plate is going to come into play here because LeMahieu certainly appeared to have a lane. It's not that Hedges was all the way in his way, so.
Was Austin's foot in front of home plate?
It's allowed to be a little bit. You just got to leave him enough
No,
room
in
to
front of
slide
home
through.
plate is
in
right.
Front is
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Taking a while, so you never know.
And I'm trying to think along with everybody watching this. I'm wondering if they're thinking his glove did not touch him right there, or if it's I kind of see that. Does that glove kind of give a little bit? It seems like the back side of the glove, the bottom part of the glove, gives a little bit when contact is made.
Yeah, no,
right there,
He absolutely touches him. Yeah.
Yeah, he touches him. No doubt about it.
Long review here on what you thought maybe was kind of a cut and dry tag play at the plate. Who knows? Maybe there's a challenge going on in another game, and the guys in New York are having to, kind of wait in line here.
So it's either 3-0 end of the inning or 4-0, 2 outs.
And a man on third. From a Padre perspective, with the amount of time this is taking, it certainly makes you nervous.
Yeah.
Because the video we've got, tags him.
Yeah.
And they're calling him safe.
Oh, my goodness gracious. What did they not see?
The entire Padre infield
What
just
did they not see?
Shrugged their shoulders at the umpires like, what's going on? And again, no explanation. If they're going to use the plate blocking rule, tell us.
Exactly.
Let us know. Because he clearly tags him.
Watch the glove. Watch the laces. Look at that. He swipes his foot. Look at the laces move. What did they not see?
We may never know. Major League Baseball's got to take a look at it. Got to start explaining these things.
That's brutal.
Dave Roberts come out to make the pitching change. That'll be it for Ian Kennedy. 4-0 Rockies with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Nice day for Ian. Bottom of the 7th inning, Ian Kennedy done, and pitching change brought to you by El Cajon Ford as Sean Kelly comes in to try and get the elusive 3rd out here in the 7th.
Ay, ay, ay. Boy, oh boy.
Looked like the 3rd out was made at the plate. I mean, there's no question that Austin Hedges tagged his foot. There's just not. And whether you were watching our video or the Rockies telecast, you could see it.
Let's give some credit to Austin Hedges once again. I know that a lot happened on that play. What a great play by the kid. The short hop and the swipe tag by Austin Hedges.
A couple of frustrating moments for the Padres involving the umpires today. Thought they tied the game when a balk was called with the bases loaded in the 6th. After a conference, they said no balk. And then the play at the plate. McBride takes outside, 1-1. Saw Sean Kelly in the first game of this series. Got the last 2 outs in the 7th inning of the Padres' 9-5 win. Line foul, 1-2. The word we're getting from New York is that there was not enough evidence. I don't know what they were looking at.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Looked pretty clear. If he was called out at the plate, it would be 3-0, and the Padres would be batting in the 8th.
I got a text from my 16-year-old daughter that said she clearly thought he was out.
There it's tough to see. I could see that angle saying, hey, we don't have enough. But the other angle that we showed 10 times clearly tags his foot. 3-2.
There's the, oh my goodness gracious.
Maybe twice, honestly. Like 2 separate times the foot and the glove come in contact with one another. It's close. I'm not saying in real time it's the easiest thing in the world.
No.
But slowing it down like that, and that's the whole point.
But that's why we have, exactly.
3-2. Got him. So Kelly comes out and puts out the fire in the 7th. There's that 3rd out. We'll go to the 8th, 4-0 Colorado. Little captain video. I like it. Looking forward to that. Good day for Ian Kennedy. All 3 runs in the 7th inning unearned after the Norris error at first. Ian matches his season high with 8 strikeouts. Just 4 hits in 6 2/3 as Solarte pinch hits for the pitcher. And in between innings.
Hey, nobody feels worse than Derek Norris. And you know what? With the way Derek Norris plays the game, sure, it's eating at him. No doubt about it. There's no guarantees in this game. Routine pop-up, it happens to the best of them. Just came at a bad time. Bad result on that play at the plate. Ian Kennedy pitches his tail off.
Solarte check swing past Russin. And LeMahieu ends up with it. 1 away here in the 8th.
And you know what? Derek Norris, being around him since spring training and this whole year, you know what the words out of his mouth are going to be after the game? I've got to make that play. He'd be the first one to admit it.
I don't think there's any question.
No question about it.
After Kennedy got Reyes and Carlos Gonzalez, Arenado popped up to first. Norris had it in the mid. It popped out. And a couple of doubles and a replay review later, 3 more runs were in for the Rockies. Spangenberg singled so far in his return to the starting lineup. And he hits the ball in the air, center field. Blackman makes the catch, 2 away. And we promised you earlier in the game the Data Strong fan photo. Tweet your strongest fan photo to hashtag SDDataStrongFan for a chance to be featured in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. Hey, Jay and Will Venable.
Very nice.
Got the Padres selfie.
That's strong. It's data strong.
Here is Derek Norris. Those guys are frustrated.
Yeah, representing though.
Strike 1 to Norris, who singled his last time.
Okay, here's an example. Base is empty. He's going from his windup, right? This is what we determined. This is his delivery, his windup. Now, I'd like to see what his setup is with runners on base. If it's the same, will he have to determine? I mean, okay, I'm going to go from.
Going back to
or
the
am I
walk.
confusing matters?
I think I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're saying when he works out of the stretch, or he's working out of the windup, it looks like he's working out of the stretch.
Yeah, this is his windup. Nobody's on base, right? Watch how quickly he goes. And that's what he was doing with the bases were loaded.
But it almost looks like he's pitching out of the stretch.
Correct.
Yeah. He doesn't have any sort of full windup where he brings the arms up or anything like that.
And when you read the rule book, that could get complicated too.
You're telling me.
Talk about interpretation there. Box Tracks brought to you by Nissan.
On the ground to Reyes at shortstop. Comes up on it, and with Norris hustling, he's just out. 8 shutout innings for Chris Russin. 4-0 Rockies. the new Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack with melted garlic herb butter. By Petco, what we feed them matters. And by Buick, experience the new Buick during the Buick Spring Sales event. Bottom of the 8th inning at Coors Field. Now a 4-0 Rockies lead. See, he's got the smartphone out. He's watching the replay of the play at the plate, and he's saying, how did they not call him out? Chris Russin going to hit for himself.
Yeah.
Going to try and go the distance. Oh, he said all day the key was to get into the Colorado bullpen.
And that interesting 7th inning pads the lead for Russin, so Walt Weiss is thinking, hey, why not?
Kevin Quackenbush on for the 2nd consecutive time in this series. Picked up the win yesterday after really nice 2-inning outing out of the pen.
He allowed only 1 base runner. He was eventually caught stealing by Derek Norris. And he struck out 1. That was last night.
Russin 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And he hits that one into right field for a base hit. Well, good afternoon for Chris Russin. And the Rockies pitcher comes up with a leadoff single here in the 8th.
Yeah, he can hit a little bit.
Came into this afternoon's ball game with a .222 average. He's got a homer this year. And he gets it going with Charlie Blackmon coming to the plate. Ground out his last time, also one of Kennedy's 8 strikeout victims in his 2nd at bat. Ian matching his season high with the 8 Ks, little broken bat flare, and what do you know, it's going to fall in. Russin on his way to 3rd base. That kind of afternoon for the Padres. 1st and 3rd, nobody out for the Rockies. So Quackenbush, who pitched 2 good innings last night, finds himself in a tough spot here in the bottom of the 8th.
Dre Samir Despaigne is warming up in the bullpen for San Diego. As you look at that last pitch and that last hit, that's just good recognition by Russin. Knowing that it's not going to be caught, turn on the burners and go 1st to 3rd.
Ball 1 to Reyes. Struck out in his first 2 at-bats as they check on Blackmon. Another flare, another hit, and it's 5-0 Rockies. RBI single for Jose Reyes.
Another looper off the sweet spot, or off the not the sweet spot.
Sour spot. Now Carlos Gonzalez, as Hedges goes out to talk to Quackenbush. For Jose Reyes, his 4th RBI since joining the Colorado club. Closed captioning this afternoon is brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel. 1st and 2nd, still nobody out. And Quackenbush getting ready to deal to Carlos Gonzalez. 6 pitches for Quack, 3 hits. Doesn't get the call there, 1-0.
This game will drive you nuts, won't it? as much as you love it.
Yeah. Ground ball to second, could be two. Jerko to Barmis, double play. There you go, 4-6-3. Blackman goes to third base. Two outs for Arenado. In the ninth, Kemp, Upton, and Jerko due up for the Padres. We're going to try and rally in the ninth for the second consecutive day. Curveball misses up and in.
Hey, that was the 100th double play turned by the Padres this year. To put that in perspective, the Pittsburgh Pirates lead in that category with 132.
That error in his last at bat is what got all the trouble started for the Padres in the 7th inning. It was a 1-0 game, and he popped up to Derek Norris, who couldn't make the play. A couple of hits and an interesting replay review later. Rockies had added on. All unearned runs. See the wind blowing the jerseys of the players around. It is getting darker here. Up and in again. 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, you never know here.
Definitely weather in the area, though not right over downtown. At the moment, at least. Summer in the Rockies. Big swing and a miss, 3-2.
Great located fastball at 91. Knee high, outside corner.
Russell going to go out, try and finish the deal. To Arenado. Fights it off. Back at home tomorrow night. Padres and the Braves as Colin Ray makes his second big league start. Join us at 6:30 on Fox Sports San Diego. Another 3-2 to Arenado, and he got it. Chase the fastball, but the Rockies add another here in the 8th. Kemp coming up. Padres down 5-0. First, there was the balk to tie the game at 1 in the 6th, but then there was no balk. And Pat Murphy ejected by Dan Iasonia. Then in the 7th inning, 2 outs, nobody on. what looked like it was the third out of the inning, dropped by Derek Norris, and that kind of opened the floodgates for the Rockies. The 2-run, nay 3-run double, called safe somehow. Exactly. Dave Roberts managing after Pat Murphy ejected for the third time in his career, and Russin out there already having thrown a career-high 8 innings, trying for the first complete game of his career, working on a 5-hit shutout. And strike one to Matt Kemp. Last shutout for the Rockies, Tyler Matzik, last September here against the Pods. He was good that day. 0-2. Camp extended the hitting streak to 8 games with that single. Loops this one into right field. Gonzalez makes his way to the ball. One away. A couple of big days around baseball for a couple of pitchers. Shelby Miller takes the no-hitter into the 8th inning. Pedro Alvarez, nice afternoon as the Pirates beat the Mets again. Madison Bumgarner, a 3-hit shutout with 14 strikeouts and a home run.
The Giants winning now 4 in a row. The Buccos 8-2 of their last 10. It's going to be some type of race down the stretch.
Zach Greinke went deep as well. A couple National League West pitchers leaving the yard today. One and one to Justin Upton, who walked in his last plate appearance. Russin's allowed just 5 hits. Padres' big threat was in that 6th inning. They had the bases loaded, 2 outs for Jerko, the balk that wasn't. Jed eventually grounded out to third. Plenty to talk about on Padres Live, the post-game show. Mike Pomerantz, Mark Sweeney, they'll take you through the balk. They'll take you through the replay review. We'll hear from Pat Murphy. Got him. Just the 3rd strikeout of the afternoon for Russin, and he's 1 out away from his first career complete game. Tomorrow night, back at home. And back to Colin Ray. The rookie from Cascade, Iowa, will make his 2nd Major League start against the Atlanta Braves. Williams Perez goes for the Bravos. That was fun the other night against Cincinnati. Padres down to their final out, and Jerko fouls that one off. There's Colin. Good moment this season.
It was great. What a great story for everybody in San Diego, and getting another start at home, which is key. Good series here in Colorado. We saw history. Matt Kemp cycle, first one of franchise history. 2 out of 3.
Rockies trying to snap a 6-game losing streak.
Hey, 6 runs with 1 out. Padres can do it. See crazy things happen.
Sure.
That's the optimism you got to have when you're on a team.
Ain't over till it's over. Wait till the fat lady sings. Spangenberg returned to the starting lineup today. Russin trying for his first win since June 21st. You mentioned it though this weekend. You had the cycle on Friday night. You had the 9th inning comeback yesterday. First series win here for the Padres since 2012. 1-2. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jerko. Pitch number 106 coming for Russin as McHenry calls for time. And now a conversation. Friday night, Matt Kemp. This isn't going to get old anytime soon.
No, it's not. It's worth talking about again. History being made in Colorado. 7,444th game. The Padres get a guy who hits for the cycle.
Jerko strikes out swinging, and Chris Russin throws a 5-hit shutout as the Rockies avoid the sweep. 5-0 final here this afternoon. Lots to come on Padres Live.